I want to bring in Melissa Burdick, co-founder and president of PackView, a company that helps other companies manage their marketing strategies. She also worked for Amazon for 10 years and helped launch its advertising business. So Melissa, thank you so much for joining us. Great to have you. Obviously, would love to hear your high-level takeaways from Amazon's results. This is a company that quarter after quarter, we haven't seen big profits from, despite how much money they make. What's your take on the fact that they've been able to eke out these billions of dollars despite continuing to spend heavily?
Yeah, it's pretty insane. It was their largest quarterly profit in their 26-year history. And frankly, I was kind of surprised because when COVID hit, they really prioritized essentials business, like hand sanitizer and toilet paper. Their grocery business grew, and those are very unprofitable businesses to Amazon. So, but they sold a whole lot of stuff. And on Brian Oslowski's call yesterday, he said that, a third of it came from a reduction in marketing. And so they did stop spending on Google search for 12 weeks. They also stopped paying out affiliates as well to kind of throttle so much demand that they were having. Another thing that they talked about was that the 3P business grew faster than the 1P business. And the 3P business is a much more profitable business to Amazon. And then lastly, AWS, of course, is very profitable to them as well. The other bucket, which is usually advertising, that grew 41%, which is really what is in line with the advertising data that we're seeing from our clients as well. So we saw actually that take a little bit of a dip, either in April or May, depending on where clients were in their life cycle having inventory. But it was really driven by inventory, out of stock, any kind of dip in advertising, but back into it in June and continued growth from there.
I want to talk to you about the rise of Amazon's own advertising business. Google and the CEO of Alphabet, Sundar Pichai, made the point in the antitrust hearing to talk about how, Amazon is a competitive threat in the advertising business. It is rapidly encroaching on Facebook and Google, which are the leaders in the digital ad market. How quickly do you think Amazon can catch up to them?
Their share is still pretty small. It is eating into Google share. And then, also product searches, most product searches are starting on Amazon, not Google. So in a recent survey that I saw, it was 49% of product searches start on Amazon and 22% start on Google. Their market share, Google's, you'll see they're declining. Amazon's is increasing, but it's still a small percentage, which means that there is a lot of opportunity and room.
And last question, because Amazon, obviously some interesting highlights that they were able to triple their grocery orders, but also that they're running out of space. People are ordering so much, they don't have a place to put all of it. How does Amazon confront that challenge?
That to me was the biggest kind of big challenge to brands and sellers. Running out of space is not a good thing. And so what we saw when COVID hit and they had no capacity, because they weren't able to plan for it. COVID was like every day was Prime Day without being able to plan for it. So what that means is, brands are going to have to scramble to have, drop ship capabilities. They're going to have to create hybrid accounts. They're going to have, sellers may not have FBA space for them to ship into. So a lot of brands and sellers are going to need to have alternative means to get their products into Amazon. And then also one of the things that brand manufacturers are doing right now is SKU rationalization. Maybe they're not going to have every, size and color available on Amazon like they normally do, but looking to just selling more of their top tier, units and SKUs.
So last quick question, I lied, Melissa, is I have to ask you about Jeff Bezos' performance at the antitrust hearing. He was actually backed into a corner more than I expected, and he didn't have some of the answers that lawmakers wanted. Quickly, what did you think about how he showed up?
I think that he had good answers, and he kind of deflected by saying, I'll look into it, and didn't have the exact answers that people were looking for. But, I think the hearings will continue. It'll be a thorn in his side for a while, but, I don't know if investors really care.
All right. Well, Melissa Burdick, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your perspective on all of that here. Great to have you here on the show, especially given your inside knowledge of the workings at Amazon. Thank you so much.